Hello and welcome to the video. So today I'm going to be talking to you about Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. I'm going to explore everything that we know so far about the game and when it's released. So I'm going to go through characters that we're going to see, game types that you're going to see, and then the game release date, announcement, and what platforms we're going to see it on. So if you're not sure what Help Wanted 2 is, it's a sequel to the Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted VR game that was released quite a few years ago now on the original PlayStation VR. It was then subsequently ported to other platforms as well. So I've played it on the Quest 2 more recently. And Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted is a spin-off series to the original Five Nights at Freddy's games, set in its own universe with its own story, but it does relate back to the original games, and you do also get to play games from the original game. So you'll play Five Nights at Freddy's 1 to 4, I think. So all the way 1 through 4, and then there's some mini games on there as well, and you get parts and service, and then you get a prize counter and the secret tapes you can find. And it was a pretty good game. With it being in VR, it was much more immersive. The jump scares came right in your face. The animatronics, they absolutely looked huge and intimidating, and it was really worth playing. Even if you weren't a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's and you were just a fan of scary games or jump scares and things, you could go in, challenge yourself. It was pretty cool. And it was quite successful, and it did launch a DLC as well. I have not tried the Dreadbear DLC, but it is on my list of things to try. But let's talk about Help Wanted 2, which is a direct sequel. So we've had 2 trailers now for Help Wanted 2. One was sort of a teaser trailer, which did show you going down the lift that looked exactly like the one that you experienced in Sister Location. And that's pretty much all it showed you, and it just said you ain't seen nothing yet, and it kind of got everyone hyped. And we've since had a second trailer, which gave us a bit more of a glimpse about what characters we're going to see and what mini-games we're going to see. We also have some information on PlayStation's official blog that show you some information on there, so I'm going to sort of use that to inform you guys of what to expect. So let's talk characters. So in Help Wanted 1, we saw characters from the first 4 Five Nights at Freddy's games. In Help Wanted 2, we're going to see characters from Sister Location, such as Funtime Freddy, you're going to see Helpy, you're going to see Circus Baby, you're also going to see Roxanne Wolf, Sun and Moon, Glamrock Freddy, and other characters may appear from Security Breach. So it's almost blending Security Breach and Sister Location together, which is very interesting and very cool. I can only go off what I've seen in the trailer, but those are some of the names that I've seen come up so far. Now, in terms of minigames, we've got 6 types of minigames that are going to come up. Those 6 will be Backstage, Fazcade, Staff Only, Food Prep, Ticket Booth, and it says a special category with new VR features from Sister Location. So that's perhaps Sister Location activities that you wouldn't have done on the flat screen game. Now, I don't know if you've seen on my channel, but I did a video a while back now of a fan game porting Sister Location into VR, and that was available on SideQuest, and you can go and try that out. That released some time ago, and it was fun. It allowed you to see what Sister Location would look like in VR, and it did a fairly good job. It wasn't 100% perfect, and it was buggy, and I couldn't really get past night 2, but it was fun and interactive, and it let us see what it would be like. So now I'm really excited for Help Wanted 2. Now, while we're talking about these mini games and how it's going to feel to play the game, there's a quote here that I wanted to read, and it's about perhaps what they're going to do to extend the longevity of the game and make it a bit more interesting. And it says here, ensuring the Help Wanted 2 would be fun on every single replay was our primary goal. We developed many of the games so they'd be different each time you played, and we accomplished this by building an extraordinary amount of possibilities that the player could be presented with, between taking customers' orders, doing arts and crafts, or helping the maintenance staff. The player is faced with new requirements each time, keeping the challenges fresh and fun. That said, more than a few of the games have the spirit of the original Help Wanted and take place through more curated experiences we love crafting. So that says to me that they're trying to increase the longevity, they're trying to make it a little bit more like a roguelite and a bit more random each time you play. But I think the way they're going to really do that is just by presenting you with different options. So with some of the games that you might play in, you might have an option of different colours or different items or accessories to use, meaning you can play those games differently each time you load it up, which is definitely going to increase the longevity of the game and make it a bit more interesting and make different people's playthroughs experience different things, and they'll all look different, which I think is going to be great. Let's talk about a few of these different game modes. So while we're talking about some of these that might give you options, one of the first game modes that we'll talk about is going Backstage VIP with Roxanne Wolf. Now, it does say that it's a salon-based activity game, so I guess you've got to do her makeup and accessories, and there might be some that she doesn't like, some colours perhaps she doesn't like, or maybe you've got to do it in a time frame. It doesn't entirely say, but that's one of these games where it's going to give you different options, and I guess your playstyle could look different to someone else's. You might use different colours, different accessories to someone else, and then you may load it up and want to give her a different style completely. The next one is in the Fazcade, and you get 2 mini games from the sounds of it here. One is Bonker Bonk, which sounds like whack-a-mole. I think you've got to hit the animatronic with a hammer as fast as you can. And the other one is Phaser Blast, where I think you've got like a little hand cannon thing and you've got to hit the targets within the time frame, got to hit the right ones. There is one where it's called Staff and Safety, and what this is you're helping any guests that don't feel very well. It says you can even cure rabies. But what it does say is Fazbear Entertainment doesn't reserve any licenses for sedatives, meaning you've just got to be as gentle as you can not to cause any injury. And as you cause injury, the guest may scream, and if you scream, it may attract unwanted attention. So that's the challenge there. Animatronics or something might come and get you if you go a bit too rough or go in the wrong area and the guest screams. So that sounds really interesting, really fun. Then we head over to El Chips, which is the food canteen area, and you've got to, this is one of them games where you prepare food and you've got to do the right order at the right amount of time and give it to the customer. That one sounds fun. There wasn't too much information on that one, but it did look like you were serving nachos and things. So that's, again, there's a lot of variety in this one compared to the original Help Wanted. It says at the ticket booth you can catch a ride on Captain Foxy's Cowboy Adventure, and it says you play a gunslinger on this ride in search for booty, and it does say in the event of a breakdown, please remain calm while the guests come and look for you. So you're going to break down on this car. I imagine you're going to be riding through, shooting things, collecting things or whatever, and then if it breaks down, you may have an activity to do, or something's going to happen with the jump scare. You know, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. Then after those mini games, we've got access to sister locations. So there'll be various activities to do within the sister location era of the games. You'll be meeting Funtime Freddy, you'll be meeting Ballora, you'll be going to keep the power on and things. You're familiar with the game, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And then it does say there's some extra features there within sister location that you haven't seen yet. Now, if you're getting the game on PlayStation VR 2, there will be some unique features that you'll be getting access to. And this is more around the headset itself. So if you're familiar with PlayStation VR 2, you'll know that the headset has rumble feature in it. And it says here that they're going to utilize that rumble feature for some of its more terrifying scares or terrifying encounters, some of its more terrifying moments. So I'm thinking that some of the worst jump scares that you're going to see, it's going to make your face rumble. It's also going to use the 3D audio and the haptics within the controls as well, which are fantastic on the PlayStation. So when does this release and what platforms is it coming out to? So far, we know it's definitely coming out for PlayStation VR 2. There's no news on Native Quest, but I have seen rumours that it's going to drop on PC VR at the same time as PlayStation VR 2. I haven't seen anything solid on that. I've just seen rumours on Twitter, but we shall see. So if you're a PC VR player, just hold tight. We may get some further clarification on that one. And the exact date that this releases is December 14th, 2023. So not long now, it's a matter of weeks, and you'll be able to get your hands on Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. So there you go, that's everything we know so far about the game. Let me know, are you going to be getting Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2? If so, are you going for PlayStation? Are you going for PC? Did you play the original Help Wanted? If you enjoyed this video, drop it a like please, it really helps the channel, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.